Fitzwater shoved and swore at Nick Walker backstage before all this happened at the Arnold Classic last night, and Nick Walker even confirmed himself that this happened last night.
Turns out that backstage he actually went and shoved Nick Walker for no reason, like complaining yet again. I mean, every time this guy loses, he's gonna complain. All right, I'm at the airport and I want to talk about what happened at the Olympia in terms of Martin Fitzwater. And so this guy, he just had a horrible attitude. Now, remember, he had just been called into the second call out. He was hoping to make the top 3. He didn't. These things happen. But because of that, he immediately showed disgust in his face. And it's like, you want to show yourself in your best life. You want to be stoic. You want to be a good representation of the sport.
Phil, what do you make of Martin's facial expression here?
I think he's a hard read right now. I don't know if he's like upset. I don't know. I just can't figure it out.
But what happens then is he doesn't congratulate Nick Walker. He literally is shaking hands, hugging everybody, passes right over Nick Walker. This is very unsportsmanlike.
Did he skip right past Nick?
Oh, they're not talking.
He didn't give him any love.
And to make it even worse, when Nick Walker is announced in second place, he cheers enthusiastically for him not having won. Like, who does that?
He's obviously not happy, but as a professional, as a top professional, Martin's in top 5 conversation for the 2 biggest shows in the world. You have to be able to control yourself. You have to have sportsmanship. It's part of the game.
And so Martin Fitzwater's got to get his shit together and stop freaking out over all these things. Bro, it's a competition. You're not going to win every single time, and if you do end up losing, stop being a little baby. And what you may not realize is that prior to this, in the past, not too long ago, he said that all news outlets, people covering bodybuilder like myself, Nick Strength and Power, Ivan Bodybuilding, or Fuadavia, that these channels, that they're horrible, covering bodybuilding.
So to say all bodybuilding media is trash, it's again, the emotion and immaturity coming out of Martin that doesn't need to be there. If Jay is right, and I actually agree with Jay, Martin does have the ability and the physique to become Mr. Olympia. What Martin has to do, in my opinion, for whatever it's worth, is get the emotional side and the mental side to catch up to the physical side. Because if you're going to be Mr. Olympia, you're going to be attacked. Samson is attacked ruthlessly.
And why would he say that? People have only said nice things about him. And so why would you throw everyone under the bus? It makes no sense. Now, remember, bro's on Tren. When you're on Tren, your brain isn't thinking logically. We've seen it with Mr. Mike, we've seen it with Larry Wheels, and so it can make you do different things. It's not just Tren, tests, steroids, all of these things. And so here's the thing. I think that Martin Fitzwater is actually a normal guy when he's not on Tren, when he's not on performance-enhancing drugs, that taking those probably absurd doses changes a person. The guy has a family, and I'm certain that if he were just on HRT or perhaps 100% natural, that he wouldn't have these feelings, these emotions. So add dieting harder than last time to taking all these substances, and this is what you get. And if you don't believe me, look no further than, for example, Mr. Mike, all he feels is rage, or what happened to Larry Wheels, taking performance-enhancing drugs at an early age. Here's a tip, just a tip. When you're not in a good mood, you wait 12 hours to post something. You sleep. You sleep first. And so before going to sleep, he posts this on his Instagram stories and what have you. Let's read this together. Worst, most embarrassing showing of my life. Bro just got 4th at the Arnolds. He made the first call at the prejudging and he placed 4th at night. It's not that bad. It's not that deep. There are every single competitor in the world, so have 3 other men that would have traded places with you and been ecstatic. And so there's 3 people who are better set than you, and you're thinking it's horrible. I have no words, no joy, no happiness. This prep was my hardest ever for the shittiest result. You chose to compete. You chose this sport. You chose to take the Tren or whatever you're taking. Perhaps you chose not to take the Turk Max. And so that's on you. I mean, Bro, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the oven. It's as simple as that. I mean, is he not acting like Mr. Mike? And so you need to calm down. If you don't want to compete, then don't compete. But I understand it's a lot of work. You're dieting for 16 weeks. You're thinking, I put this much Tren into my body. It took this many years off my life, and maybe it isn't worth it. And so you're like, I shouldn't have done it. At least wait till you go to bed, wake up in the morning and see with fresh eyes, fresh day, a different perspective. I will not be on social media for the next month. If you have my number, you can call me. Otherwise, leave the F alone. Do you really need to write that? I'm not going to be on social media for a month because I got 4th place at the Arnold's? A lot of people would have dreamed to get top 4 at the Arnold's. I would love to compete at the Arnold's. Imagine if Sam Sulek had written, worst showing of my life. I've never placed 8th before. I'm only a winner. All I do is win. And I'm not going to be on social media for a month. And so if you don't know me, don't call, don't message me. Imagine if Sam did that. He would never do that because it's Sam. And so perhaps take a page out of Sam's book and learn some sportsmanship, be humble, have a good time, and don't be a dick. If one more tells me congratulations, he spells worse than Coach Greg, I'm going to block you. You're going to block somebody for saying congrats for getting in the top 4? They're still winning tens of thousands. It's still a good prize. I'm blocking you for congratulating me. Why would you say that? You congratulate winners, not effing losers. You're not a loser for getting 4th place. You tried your best. You trained harder than last time. You said you suffered more than you ever had. And if that isn't enough, that isn't enough. You don't need to win. Do you think that Sam Sulek would be upset? I was like, wow, what a great showing. Sam placed 8th. That's amazing. We're so proud of him. He dedicated himself. And if Sam had got last, I would have said the exact same thing. He tried his best. He did his best. And so to act like unless you're 1st place, you're the 1st place loser, is that really the attitude that we want to have? I did read somewhere that it said that Hadi Chopin was retiring. I don't know if Hadi Chopin had said that or not. He's also probably very emotional, and I'm telling you, you don't write these things within hours of it happening. It's very, very upsetting. Whatever sport you're in, as soon as you lose or don't win, your emotions are flying high. And so always sleep on it. Whatever negative thing you thought about typing or posting, I swear, if you wait a day, you're not going to feel the same way. You're having an emotional reaction. You just cannot control yourselves. And all you have to do is understand that that feeling will go away. Whatever horrible event happened in your life, a major loss, you failed a test, you failed an exam, you didn't get a job, you're unemployed. Oh, and if you are unemployed, code unemployed for 20% off all the supplements. And so you didn't get the job, you're unemployed. 20 years later, do you really care? I'm looking back at all the bad things, breakups, horrible, you're in love, you're breaking up, it's all sad, and then you meet somebody else. You got in a car accident, as long as you're healthy, as long as you didn't get injured, who cares? Speeding ticket, whatever, it doesn't matter. So realize that whatever you're feeling right now, it's temporary, and time will heal all wounds. Eventually, you have to get out of that. Why be negative all day? If you just think negative, your life is going to feel negative. Rather than being negative, think positive. And so if you're natural right now, please don't go on. You might be thinking, oh, all it is some gyno and losing your hair, perhaps a heart attack, taking 20 years off of your life. Well, if that isn't enough, add to the fact that it can change you as a human being. We've seen some of the comments that Martin has been saying, how he hates Nick, how he's not going to be a fake person.
I don't care, I hate Nick, and I'm not going to be a fake piece of shit to make a fan happy. Shaking everyone except Nick's hand. Yes, I hate him. I refuse to be fake.
Just because you hate somebody doesn't mean you need to have poor sportsmanship on stage. A lot of sports, people are in the Super Bowl, they hate their opponents, but they still can congratulate the champions after the victory. And so if Martin is acting like this way right now, what is going to happen in perhaps 5 years if he ever should come out on top? People will remember this, and perhaps they'll treat him the same way as he's treating them. And so perhaps he can go off of the doses, relax, take some Turk. Hopefully he gets his blood work taken at AlgoRx to make sure that all the damage that's being done when you're taking all these various supplements and so on, that you're actually healthy. Because remember, most people who are competing at this level are taking certain things, and you want to make sure that you're here for a very long time. So get your blood work done to AlgoRx. While you're there, you can pick up things like enclomiphene, HRT. Perhaps you need some GLPs to reduce your appetite, reduce your cravings. And while you're there, use code Greg. And so if you're saying that people who cover bodybuilding, it's all garbage, that it's no good, that it's nonsense, well, why would you literally shoot yourself in the foot? I mean, people who cover bodybuilding are making bodybuilding popular. If no one covered it, if no one talked about it, well, what would be the point? Do you really think first place would have made $750,000 US dollars, which is like $10 billion Canadian? Do you really think they would have offered that much money if no one was to talk about it? And so you should be thankful that people are willing to talk about it, because trust me, people could just say nothing. Would you really want to go to the dark ages and have no one talk about bodybuilding, have no one cover it? Martin was seen as a good guy. People complimented him all the time that he's perhaps a future Mr. Olympia champion. But when you have sportsmanship such as this, it's not a good look. And so compare his actions to, for example, C-Bum or Sam Sulek. Do you think Sam Sulek or C-Bum would ever in a million years act like this? I certainly don't think so. And so I do believe he's with Raw. Is Raw going to like this kind of behavior? Is Chris Bumstead going to think, yeah, this is really great for our supplement company? And so try to remember that, because you're making a living based on your sponsors, your attitude, your fans. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think of all this? Can you believe the sportsmanship? Can he redeem himself? And of course, don't forget, all of you, you're all unemployed. We know that. Use code UNEMPLOYED for 20% off. You can also use code Greg for 15% off. But I mean, if you're unemployed, you need the savings. You need this extra 5% off. You can get your Turkestrone, the Turk Builder, the GO2 Max, all the different things. Also, don't forget about AlgoRx, code Greg. If you're interested in being sponsored by HLT Supplements, or if you're interested in being coached by myself or my team, click the link in the description. And if you want to carry supplements in your stores and or gym, there's a link for that as well. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. This is the first video I've ever done that required 2 different countries. I literally started the video in the United States and I finished it up in Toronto, Canada. And so hopefully you enjoyed the video, and be sure to watch for more Sam Sulek videos on his second channel. And until next time, I am out.
It was good. I think you got